And we are live once again on this fine Thursday, September 15th. Gonna wait a bit as always for people to come in. And then I'll go over some of the card choices that I have made. Sleepy, always the first one here. Yeah, ley lines. Yeah, I'll explain a bit about my choices here once more people arrive. But I was feeling a little superstitious this time. We also did play against a Reanimator variant twice last week, if I remember right. Yeah, it's funny. Once again, I had made the decision before seeing you post about it in the Discord, and I was like, oh man, Sleepy and I are just we're on the same wavelength, you know. Aside from the whole you liking Saga more than I, you know. Yeah, alt account. Yeah, I'm making sure to to chat in my own Twitch stream with the hands that you can totally see on stream, just for the engagement. Yeah, paid actors. Uh, that's a fair accusation, but I think she couldn't resist poking way more fun at me than Sleepy does. So that doesn't quite add up. It's totally fair accusation though. You are me. That's pretty spooky. Anybody following the beverage plot of these streams? Unfortunately, this one's going to be a bit of a downer. I'm just going to be drinking water tonight. Hydrate or dihydrate, that's right. I didn't drink enough today, so I gotta make up for it now. %100% accurate, you say. It's a pretty bold claim. At some point, water is no longer good. I'm already feeling more hydrated just having those 4 sips. It's magic how good water makes you feel. Anyway, while we wait for some people to show up, I'll go over some of my card choices. Yeah, thank you. Please ban him. He's been too agreeable until he told me to die of water intoxication. Anyway, so one thing I mentioned on Twitter is that I am going to try playing 2 Lion Sashes. It's a thing that I've been thinking about for, like, basically since Lion Sash got printed. It seemed like a card that might be worth playing 2 copies. And I want to try it out because Charming Prince is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not very good either. So I want to try this out. That's the only change in the main deck. I'm still really happy with the vast majority of everything that's going on in here. The biggest change to the sideboard, I'm mostly just feeling pretty superstitious tonight. This is a change I made since posting the list on Twitter. Basically, just we're playing a Leyline sideboard tonight. I'm feeling like we're going to see at least 1, if not 2, people playing Reanimator. What I cut for the ley lines was 1 surgical, 1 rest in peace. Whoops. That was the rest in peace. 1 rest in peace. And I also cut both of the deafening silences. Mainly because, you know, I don't think it's super interesting, like, to be streaming a deck that is tuned to the nonsense Delver has been the best deck for a year and a half Magic Online meta. But, you know, I do also like trophying. And the fact of the matter is, people play Reanimator. There was a while that, like, spell combo was back on the table, and I think it still is, but I think notably, basically every spell combo deck is one that is that's played, like, relatively often right now, is one that's leaning very heavily on Echo of Eons. And so I think, like, Leyline is not as good as Deafening Silence, but is pretty close, especially being live turn 0. I'm playing it over your pet 3-drop because... What would your pet 3-drop be, actually? I'm trying to, like, think about what I know what your pet 4-drop would be, but I'm not sure about 3. I'm, like, nerd snapping myself now thinking about it. Yeah, I am 100% sure there's a real answer, and I wish I could remember what it is. Chipping is not a bad answer, but that's not what it is. Yeah, I mean, we're a household that is very sad for the death of Affinity in Modern, so you've got friends here. Of course, Mirror Crusader. Or you really want to play Phyrexian Crusader. That's the other option. Both are very good. Yeah, so this is what we're going to play. We're going to, you know, maybe we'll play against Ant and we'll be really sad that we don't have Deafening Silences, but it's been a long time since I've seen it. There aren't a lot of people playing it. We're just going to cross our fingers. And here we go. There was a bit when it was Modern playable, I think. I was pretty surprised about that. I mean, it makes sense knowing what I know about Modern, but makes me kind of sad we didn't play it at all. So how's everybody doing tonight? You know, what's everybody else drinking? I'm drinking water, but how about all you? Ooh, bubble water. I may get some of that after this. Is it flavored bubble water or just plain? I go for plain. I usually get flavored, but never plain. Tazo tea concentrate I could be drinking. That's fair. Plain, just like I put in my decks. That's good. That's a good one. I like that. We are playing against whatever that elemental from Lorwyn is. I don't remember which one it is. This hand is it's got all the 2-drops, so we'll see what happens. Good old Delver? No, Gamble. Okay. Is this Epic Gamble? Volcanic Island implies so, but they only have one volcanic. Okay, yeah. This is what's happening. Okay. This is a great example of a deck where, yes, Deafening Silence is good, but so is Leyline, because this deck just doesn't work without Echo Vions. Yeah. Is this going to be like Wish? No, just another Echo. Okay. My toxic trait is never scooping games until lethal is on the stack. Alright, they got me. Okay, so we're going to bring in these cards. Rest in Peace probably also. None of these cards are very good. So what we can cut is the Batterskull and the Jite. We don't need Swords, we don't need Solitude, and then that's 80 cards. That was a little too easy, so I'm going to think about it a bit more. Let's see. We could keep Batterskull because they sometimes need to... Teg sometimes needs to empty, but it's not that often. The 3-drops other than Recruiter are pretty whatever, but like... I think I'd rather have them over any of those cards. Oh yeah, Skull for Dragon. That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah, alright. That was easy. It's funny, I almost mentioned before that like I never map out my sideboards. I really should and never do, so we'll see how much of a mess it was. So I was really surprised that just ended up being exactly 80 from the first set of cards we cut. Well, that's bad. is probably a keep, but I don't like it. They're thinking a lot, which makes me hope they go to 6, in which case I feel a little bit better about it. But yeah, I'm not into this hand very much at all. If it had 2 lands, I would be sold. But we'll see. At least we know what we're bottoming. Goodbye, Cauldron. If we get to the point where people want to buy into my Patreon, then I'll start thinking about mapping sideboards. But until then, yeah, we're just gonna keep playing it by ear. Unfortunately, this Grim Monolith makes this Thalia look kind of bad too, but we'll see what their follow-up is here. Just please don't be... Okay. I don't have to buy the sideboard guide. Okay, so... Chrome Mox. Okay, okay. Is this going to be hard cast and echo? It's going to be Galvanic Relay. Okay. Storm, and then we can cast for 0 on all of these. Cool. Lands? Not a land. Okay. Bummer. Alright, let's hope they just top deck not that great for the next couple turns. Alright, cool. Wastelands. Let's cast the Thalia. Thankfully, the next draw can't be Timeless Dragon because we took it out, but that would have been very funny if it was. What are you casting? Just stop. Don't do it. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Alright, so they have like a quadrillion mana. Nice. I don't think we want to wasteland them here because I think we'd rather hope to draw a land so that we can like start skyclaving the monoliths. They have so much mana that I think I want to be able to cast my 3-drops. Unfortunately, if they just go like LED Echo, this Mindbreak Trap doesn't do anything, but we'll hope that they have to cast another spell. Red and 2. Rite of Flame is fine. Casting another Rite of Flame. Okay, so we can trap whatever this is. It's another relay. Yeah, sure. I thought about letting the relay go, but I don't actually think it's correct. Like, they can play a lot of stuff through Thalia. And, like, I know the small relay isn't that impressive, but it also just, like, gets them closer to, like, an Echo that they can play next turn anyway. So I'm just not sure that that's what we... Like, they only have 1 card left in their hand anyway. Like... Don't get me wrong, I totally see the argument for it. I just don't think I agree. I should have cast the Vial last turn since I wasn't using the Wasteland anyway. We'll at least do it this turn. And maybe someday we'll draw a land. There you go. Planted disagreement. Hey, Lackey, how's it going? Yes, certainly am. Yep, match one, obviously against Epic Gamble. I did switch to a leyline sideboard last minute, which I think is overall an upgrade for me. Yeah, right. I think it's overall an upgrade for me in this matchup over Deafening Silence. Because it'll be a lot better in this third game where I will be on the draw. Yeah, I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I was feeling a little superstitious for obvious reasons about playing against an annoying amount of Reanimator tonight. And on top of that, I've kind of realized that, like, all of the spell combo is, like, super reliant on Echo of Eons. There's not really any, like, plain old Dark Ritual decks anymore. And that makes Leyline kind of feel like better than Deafening Silence because it's active on turn 0. Like if I thought I was going to play against Ant, I would certainly prefer that, but I just haven't seen it in forever. You beat the... Oh my god, you beat Time Twister Tribal. I'm so happy. Thank you for telling me. Now we'll play this Graph Digger's Cage so that they can't echo. And we might just have this locked up. We'll see. So they have 2 relays exiled from the traps, and there's 1 echo there, so... Oh no, what are they doing? They Spirit Guided and Echoing Truth on the Graph Digger's Cage. Okay. Resolves. Do they then just have LED Echo? I guess that's the only thing they could have, and they just had to bounce it and hope to top deck, even if they don't have it. But I guess we'll see. Rite of Flame, that makes a good amount of mana. Opal. What is the last card? Empty the Warrens. Okay. We can beat that. Can I get a land? Never drawn lands. Okay. Yeah, not the best empty, that's for sure. Okay. So I think I'm just gonna pro-red the Thalia to deal 2 through this Goblin token, or through the tokens that'll turn off the Ancient Tomb, and then I think I'm going to Flicker Wisp the Chrome Mox, because I think the colored mana here is a lot more valuable than like the infinite colorless mana. Then we'll play out this cage. Put in this Flicker Wisp, get rid of the Chrome Mox now. It'll come back in, imprint nothing. And they have to beat me with one card. Opal's online anyway. They have two Grim Monoliths. Alright, we will not be changing anything here. Alright, turn 0 interaction, please. Surgical and Mindbreak Trap and a cage, huh? There's a lot to like about this hand. I obviously wish the Surgical was a Rest in Peace, or a Ley Line, but might still be good enough here. Yeah. That's a bummer. At least they passed the turn. Well, it's going to be an easy Grafdigger's Cage to make sure we can't get echoed. The problem with drawing Mindbreak Trap in game 2 is then they think about bringing in Defense Grid. I think the fact that they didn't resubmit immediately means they actually did bring Defense Grid back in. Okay. Alright. Like, it forces me to use my mana, but that's fine. Play the Vial. Yeah, alright. It is nice no skinny to F6, and Defense Grid means we can't do anything anyway. Yes, they can cast the Burgie again, but they weren't able to go off with it last turn. So does that change this turn? We'll see. Apparently the answer is yes. Hello, Dujas. How's it going? Thank you very much for stopping by. All right. Ooh. There's a lot of options here. Let's see. So we're going to play the Port. They have 2 cards left in hand. They must have gambled for one of them. I guess it's possible they gambled for the Echo, but it seems unlikely when we have the cage already. So I think what I want to do is Surgical Echo now, and then figure out what we're doing based on what's in their hands. Okay, they had Void Snare in their hands. They were going to Void Snare the cage, and then I guess pray that they eventually get to hardcast the Echo. I'm not sure. That seems a little weird. Okay, so their hand is straight up nothing. So that's cool. So... Oh, sorry, I don't have any card bots in here, unfortunately. Overmaster is next instant or sorcery can't be countered in cantrips. So they have Void Snare, they have Echoing Truth, they obviously have the Shadow Skull Smashings, but not a whole lot else going on here. Yeah, Veil Summer at Home. So I think in that case, I want to... So you said it's Void Snare, Defense Grid. I think I'm just going to bounce Bergie, play Stoneforge for Cauldra. If they want to keep paying 2 life to put this Bergie into play, I'm certainly not going to stop them. Okay, now we know their whole hand. Okay, yep, that makes sense. A bunch of cards that they can't cast. Cool. All right. So I think this is an easy put in Cauldra. We're going to Legend Roll Crocus so we can port the Ancient Tomb. Keep that Crocus. We'll put in Spirit on the end step and have lethal. You are allowed to cast these cards. They will not help you. You're dead. Hate to tell you. There we go. All right. Well, we did not need Leyline for that one because we never saw it, but would have been good there. Happy to take a round 1 win against a dumb combo deck. I guess while we're in queue, I can show the deck. Yeah, stay hydrated. I've already had 16 ounces of water. Thanks for joining, Mash and Boo. Close friend of mine. And here we go. Oh. Which window do you want focused? There we go. Martyr 1207. I know that name. I think they've played a different deck every time I've played against them. Well, this is an easy mulligan. I didn't want to out you as a former CEDH player, honestly. I was saving you the shame. So we'll definitely keep this one. Question is, what do we put back? Because all of these cards are good. I guess we'll put back the... It's a little risky to put back the Solitude, but it's the card that we're most excited to get with Recruiter if we need it. And I like the curve that we have going on here. So... Yeah, I'm going to put back Solitude. Might be risky, we'll see. Wait, what? They just skipped their first turn? What's going on? Hello? They are on depths. Okay. So I sort of wish I had that Solitude. It's going to be a Reclaimer or a Green Sun for Reclaimer. Okay. Yeah, I can see. I think I'd almost rather put back Thalia over Recruiter if we're keeping the Solitude. It's just like the most volatile card. But I have to think about it a bit. So I think here... Yeah, here we're just going to cast GT. They've already cast a Green Sun and a Mox Diamonds. So... They already have 2 basics. Green Sun for 2, so it's just going to be oof immediately, so I should have activated this vial, and I went too fast. Is that what this is? Is that what is going on here? Did I pass priority too fast? Oh, Outland Liberator. Okay, got it. That is... That's fine. Interesting. I think I would happily trade this Mom for the Outland Liberator. Especially now that we have this Skyclave to deal with the Reclaimer next turn. Oh yeah, this is, yeah, here you go. Hover for those who haven't seen it. Yeah, I think while they're tapped out, I'm pretty happy to trade the Mom for the Liberator. And... Yeah. Yeah, I think that's just what we're gonna do. Even better. Nope, nope, up, yep, up. Yeah, even better, because now we only have to use 1 counter to kill it. So I will do that. And we're going to Violin the Thalia anyway, so no reason not to do it now before they cast any spells. It is now night. Oh no. I didn't cast any spells. Okay, we got a stage. Coming to a legacy near you. Oh boy. Alright. Well, at least if initiative's in play, we know for a fact that it's the Undercity, right? But it is yet another non-permanent card you have to have on the board, so yeah. It's really escalating. Well, I think what we're going to do is equip GT to Thalia. And see what happens. We got the Skyclave to probably take care of the Reclaimer after they activate it. But we'll see if they do any nonsense before this. The worst part about initiative is that there's no like physical object you can give um, that like makes like what I really liked about Monarch was uh, like my wife got me multiple crowns that I would literally put on in a match to show that I was the Monarch, and I'd pass it to my opponent, and it was just like kept the board state really clear, you know. Um, but now you have to have the card. I mean, like what are you gonna wear to designate you have initiative, right? It's just not the same. Let's see. So, so they're gonna probably sack a land to make it a 3/4 and get Sajiri step, and so then we can violin Skyclave in response to this step. The reason for trading Mom with the Liberator over using Skyclave is that I really wanted to make sure I had the Skyclave clear for the Reclaimer. Because the mom in this matchup is like fine. It's never not a bad card. It is a Sword Supply Shares matchup, but it's not like that important. And like ultimately that Outland Liberator was just going to be a 1-for-1, so I felt like Skyclave on an actual threat versus just a 3-mana disenchant was a better direction to take. So we'll let the tutor resolve still, because I'd rather get the step out of their deck. Yeah, I would not be happy with them in this spot. Oh, I should get counters first. Yeah, I can let the first strike damage resolve. Yeah. I'm so confused. Well, if they just have nothing and they are nowhere, I mean, they can't threaten. Yeah, this is why we can't have GTA in Modern. This is for that guy on Twitter. We can clip that for him. Do we just Recruiter for a Stoneforge here, just to kill him fast? We don't really have a lot else we're going to be doing with our mana other than like eventually putting Yorion into our hands. And like we can just Skyclave whatever they play next turn. Yeah, I'm just going to kill him. I'm at least definitely getting Stoneforge. I should think a little bit about what I'm getting with it, but... Yeah, GTA, yeah, being able to go above 20, yeah, I agree. If we don't really... don't really have to be that worried about Lage anyway, so I'll just put the pressure on them. What are they thinking about now if they didn't have anything before? Confused. There we go. Alright, they just conceded. Cool. Well, that was a weird game. Anyway. So we bring in 2 Judgments, Priest, Cage. I feel like there might have been one more card I had in my deck for this matchup before, but now I don't know what it was. Let's see. Oh yeah, Peacekeeper. Yeah, it was just a Peacekeeper, and I was just being blind. So there's a lot of medium cards basically in this pile. Everything else I really like. I think I usually tend to keep in Spirit because at least it's good against if they happen to draw like Sylvan Library, at least it's good there. It's kind of same with Commando. I think Thalia is probably the worst here. Sash or Graveyard Interaction. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I don't think I'm cutting Sash. I'm not super excited to keep it in just because it's pretty mana intensive. But I don't think it's worth. I think I agree that it's not worth cutting. Because maybe the cuts are like this. Cut 4 Thalias in a Spirit. Skull maybe meeting versus their tower. I think that's fair. I think I'd if there's a chance that I have to get above 20 or to get above 20 with Skull. I think I'd at least like to make them have the tower maybe. I'm not 100% sure though. That's a fair point. I think I would rather have Skull than any of these cards at least. Even though I'm not super excited to have it in my deck. Yeah, let's go with this. Easier. Yeah, that's true. This hand is pretty stinky. I think it's just way too slow. Yeah, I do have Commando. I do have Commando in the deck over one of the Spirits. So I think we're playing with 3 Spirit, 1 Commando as like the cards that are basically only good against Library. Yeah, we're 1-0, one game up in this match, going into game 2. I think this hand is just way too slow, especially on the draw. Just really need to be interacting with them faster than this. We cut all 4 Thalias. I am much happier with this hand. I shouldn't. Well. What do we... I think we want to bin one of the 2 drops. It's probably the Commando because... Peacekeeper, Priest, 2 Council's Judgments, and a Grafdigger's Cage. I think... Yeah, it's either... Yeah, maybe we really... Yeah, I guess I think I can't really pitch twice. Yeah, you're right about that. Let's just top deck Sword to Plowshares and not have to pitch anything. Yeah, we tried. So I think because they didn't... Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy to pitch the Commando here. If they play like turn 2 Library, then like curving into the Spirit is going to feel really good. And then we just really hope to draw a White Source and start casting our 3 drops. Yeah. So Jury Step from hand, that feels really good. So a big reason I'm on field is that I think the... ooh. That might be too aggressive of a Wasteland, and now I'm going to think about it while I talk. I think that while there's a lot of rough matchups where Ghost Quarter is better than Field, I think, one, those decks aren't really played in leagues at all, from what I see, for the most part. Like, I can't remember the last time I played against 8cast, and I'm very happy about that. But I also where was I going with that? Don't see the decks where Ghost Quarter would be notably better in leagues very much. I think one of the biggest matchups where that's true is 8-cast, where I don't really even like care that much. I just hate that matchup enough that I just don't think about it very much. I think Ghost Quarter is good. I think if you're playing it in leagues, I think you're probably happy with it. I just really like having Field of Ruin still. So, yeah, I think I agree with getting the 2-drop in play. Wasting continues to crop rotation. Yeah, that's a good point. This is Knight. No, it is green. Is this green sun for Liberated again? I guess it could just be a preemptive oof, but that seems weird. Yeah, Liberator. I think if I'm not sure that we would Skyclave this Liberator even if we drew a Plains. I think we're just gonna attack, recruit up something, and then if they decide to sack the Liberator on the Spirit, then fine. I'm wasting a little bit too much time talking, so I'm gonna go a little bit faster here. But yeah, I think we're just recruiting Stoneforge. The only other one I'd consider is Solitude, but I think I want Stoneforge here. Notably, they aren't threatening Lage at all, and they certainly would have played a better 3-drop if they had one. So, and if they do have one, we at least have the Skyclave. So, okay, there's one part of Dark Depths. Plays are drawing another colorless land this turn. That's a good point. All right, let me think. Oh boy. This is only like the 12th match I've played on the stream, and it's the second time this has happened. So I think this is a 3/3. Yeah, I think I am just gonna get Plains, attack with Spirit, Stoneforge up a Cauldra. I guess I'll start with the attack. Guided crop rotation. Yeah, that's actually a good point. So we'll just... Yeah, that's a good point. So we'll cycle for the Plains, just put into play and pass. Yeah. I'm not feeling so... I don't feel the need to Stoneforge here. I would much rather have the Plains in play than have tutored up something. So I just really want this Skyclave online. Alright, Spirit dies. They are very clever. Yavimaya. I have been knighted. I like that. Well, I think we once again start with an attack. And now we are probably going to Stoneforge for Cauldra. And then still keep the Wasteland up. God, my lands are broken because of their Yavimaya. I hate this. Could recruit for Solitude next turn, double Stoneforge for Cauldress Sash. I don't hate that, actually. Alright, they have both steps out of their deck. Okay. That's big. Yep, there's the removal that would have been a lot better against. Yeah. Interesting. So the most mana efficient play while keeping the Wasteland up is eternalizing the Timeless Dragon. I'm not sure that's impactful enough. I guess it at least stops this from attacking, which is kind of nice. I could also just Stoneforge again. But I think I'm actually leaning towards Dragon here. Yeah. We're gonna Dragon. Yeah, I cannot believe. I mean, I can believe that happens. We know what that stream is like, but yeah, that is actually what made me decide definitely Dragon. Since we know they have used both steps. Timeless Dragon is a guaranteed blocker. A land here is nice. So I think here I want to probably thinking Skyclave the Reclaimer and then Stoneforge for probably for a Sash. Because I'm not going to be dealing with this anytime soon, and I think the most valuable equipment is a white card in hand. Yeah, so I think that's what we're going to do. So get rid of Reclaimer. Cast Stoneforge. Get the Sash. And I'm feeling like I don't want to attack. And Lewin will beat me to it. Yeah, I think we're safe to not attack here. I agree. We've got a Path to Exile gamer here. I'll take that. Another land. Does that do anything? So another land lets us recruit a Solitude and hardcast it if we put the Wasteland shields down, but we're like so sure they have crop rotation that I don't think that's a good idea. So we probably just instead recruit for a Wisp the Skyclave, get the Knight that way. Oh, that's a good... Ooh. I should... Yorion has Solitude in hands. Think about this. Yeah, I'm into that. Yep. Or, not casting Recruiter. That was close. Skyclave the Knight, recruit a Solitude. This spot here is exactly why we got the Sash, just because it's good as a white card in hand. Attack with Dragon, which they don't pull out either creature. Yeah, I think if this game felt closer, I might have looked for that edge. I think... Oh, they are paying costs. Or are they just removing a Dark Depths counter? No, this is crop rotation. Okay. This is the crop rotation here that they've had. Presumably this gets stage. Stage will copy the depths. We'll Solitude the Lage. They'll be at 33 life and incredibly behind. And now the world is basically our oyster. So I think here I'm going to start by attacking twice. And I kind of just want to recruit a Wisp and Wisp Yorion. That actually might be... Maybe I just recruit a Solitude and hold on to it. Yeah, I'll just recruit a Solitude and hold on to it. Endurance is fine. Yeah, I think the Green Sun for the Trap Breaker is definitely the worst thing they've done here. It just didn't really threaten us in any meaningful way. Um, all it did was kill a Spirit of the Labyrinth, and they never even had a Sylvan Library. So I think we're just gonna keep doing this. It's kind of funny that endurance just means this Reclaimer is smaller. I didn't really put anything relevant into their deck. Is this lethal 4-8? It's gonna be pretty close. So, oh, the Cauldron would have been lethal, but I'm just playing with my food at this point. Isn't that the... Yeah. It's like, if they block a Recruiter, that's exactly lethal, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, alright, cool. Yeah, they definitely did accept their fate. Oh boy. Playing against the Esper Vileman himself, Jeff Lynn. I think I've played against Smash Up like twice ever, so this will be weird. This hand seems fine. Gust Unfortunate, I like that. Knowing it's Esper Vile, I think I'm going to start with Spirit, because that'll be good if they're like going towards a turn to Strix. We are winning, Dad. Where this is the game or match 3, game 1. We won the first 2 matches. I'm going to do my best. Alright, cool. That card doesn't do anything. Oh, wow. Alright, this is a good turn. I like the parent discourse going on over there. All right, what stupid card is gone? Plague Engineer. That makes sense. Okay. Let's draw a land. That is not a land. Also, an unfortunate draw with that Plague Engineer coming down. So I think I'm probably just gonna pass. I'm gonna put in Jite. I could Wisp for Cauldra. Actually, maybe Wisp for Cauldra is a better use of my mana because there's like no chance the Plague Engineer isn't naming human. Yeah, let's do that. Wisp gets forced, sure. There's Plague Engineer. Name and human. What do we have here? Vial. So he has Wisp for Cauldra again, right? Not crazy. Their board is nowhere close to beating it, so. The only other play I really see is like play Vial, Stoneforge, and GT, but that seems a little mopey to me. Also, this is they don't have any remove. They don't have mana open for removal here, which is important too. Are you thinking of Snuff Out, or are you thinking of something a lot stupider than that? Oh, Soul Herder. Yeah, I was thinking of Soul Herder, and I think I'm happy to pitch the Mom to Solitude if we have to. Another Recruiter. Okay. I would also accept Dragon. Dragon would be pretty sick here. Phantasmal Image, huh? Sure. I guess. It is sadly not a land, but I do like Wisp, especially having Wisp for this Phantasmal Image that's about to come down. But in the meantime, I think we are just putting in Cauldra, casting Vial. I will be perfectly happy if the Malevolent Hermit gets traded for this. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Very not worried about that one. We don't solitude anything in response to this, right? And we just let this happen. Yeah. A couple options I see are they can get a wisp and then wisp the germ token. But I'm pretty okay with that. Yep, I'll take this damage. I agree, and I'm kind of surprised they didn't do that, honestly. I thought they were going to clone that name elemental. Well, now we have this land. So we could... This untapped plains has me a little worried about a Swords to Plowshares. But maybe we're okay playing into it because, like, we'll still be able to do that next turn. We still have the Solitude up if anything terrifying happens. I can wisp this, but you think it's a bluff? Yeah. I guess it would have had to be naturally drawn. He hasn't cantripped at all. Yeah, let's go for it. And I guess the other question is, do we Stoneforge it in, put it on Flickerless to play around a Force of Will? That's true. He did draw Vial this turn. Yeah, there's like no way he didn't, because there was mana left untapped. Yeah, I think I'm putting it on Wisp too. So we've seen the Phantasmal Image. That can go away. Hello. We are doing good. We are in game 1 of match 3. We are currently 2-0. I'm just going to let this damage hit me. Wish we had a land, but that's okay. I think we'll still threaten this. What is this? What are you casting? Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Now, do we kill the 2 recruiters or the Plague Engineer? I'm leaning towards killing the 2 recruiters. Yeah. Recruiters on board are just a lot scarier. Alright, so the Equip Fizzles. We'll attack him for 1. Play Spirit. And then out of the mana to hard cast Yorion, have to put it in their hands. Extraction Specialist. Interesting. Is that getting back? Could get back Commando, could get back Image on Plague Engineer. Let's see what they target. So if they're targeting Phantasmal Image, could be Image on Specialist for Commando. I think we just let this happen. Yeah, whatever they're gonna do, I'm fine with. And now they get the Commando. This Commando can kill the Spirit if they want it to. It looks like they will. That's fine. Let's see what we get here. Swords to Plowshares. That is a good card. I think here we just Wisp the Cauldron, hold up Swords. Their own Solitude, huh? Assume it's going to be on the Cauldron. Yeah. Annoying. Yeah. For that exact reason, I think I'm considering taking this trade here. Yeah. Vile, you're a little late. I think I'm going to put Yorion in my hand this turn as opposed to play Vile. Hopefully... You think you'd cast Vile over that? Okay. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Alright, so we'll play Vile. We'll pass. I'm not sure that I would slam it. I'm guessing expecting that he's going to put Yorion into his hands. I'm almost certainly not slamming it because I need to have the Swords to Plowshares up, which makes that feel worse. So, although I guess I could just be plowing the Solitude now anyway, but that would play into a... If he says like Force in hands, that would be really bad. He did not add Yorion yet. I think I'm gonna play it a little bit. You probably played it last turn. Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna play a little bit greedy and just gonna take this damage, make him use the mana to put Yorion in his hand. Or he's doing that. Sure. Now he's putting Yorion in his hand. Okay. Now we'll Swords to Solitude and think about our life for a bit. Yeah, I'm not really sure that I played this game right. Feel like we shouldn't have suddenly gotten into this spot where everything is going wrong. But thankfully we drew this land for Solitude, which we are certainly going to use on something. Yeah, probably on Plague Engineer. Caracas, that's annoying. Now you can sit on his attack, yeah. Yeah, I forgot that they obviously would have Crocus and be able to do this, and I think we are just going to lose now, unfortunately. I don't know why I forgot that he like had a Vial that was going up to 5 this turn. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure that we can beat like these other cards anyway. Um, so yeah, um, I think we have to keep Solitude in play. I guess we've already gone through 3 Wisps. I'm not sure why they didn't do that, honestly. I was kind of surprised when I saw that it was still in play. I think if they're pushing damage, they just don't flicker anything, right? I think that's the most likely thing, is he doesn't know that it's not targeting and not going to kill the illusion. Well, I think we're praying. Yeah, she definitely attack all. There's no good reason not to attack all, because then it forces me to trade off. So I think I do this. Could actually do... we did want to field Ruin Crocus, yeah. I'm stun locked. I'm stun locked after making the mistake a turn or two ago. Oh, we can't do that block because then we just die. So yeah, we have to do this. Alright, gaining 3. Yep, that's fine, that's fine. Maybe if we draw a sick 3-drop, we can do something. That's a... Interesting. We might... I don't know if that's going to matter, really, but we'll see. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, I'm actually just dead, because I needed to hardcast the Yorion. I forgot I didn't have a... I thought I had one more land in play, but yeah, we're just dead to flyers. So Priest is good here. Judgments are good. That's probably it. I guess if he's that hard on Extraction Specialist, I want to consider Graveyard Hate. I don't think Surgical's good because they're gonna target random stuff, but like Cage and Rip seem not bad. So let's see what we're cutting. Probably not a lot, honestly. like all the 3-drops, like Solitude. That's what I feel like almost every time I play this matchup is most of the deck is actually pretty good against them. Thalias are probably the worst. They're not awful, but like they're probably the least impressive. Don't you dare say Peacekeeper. Oh, they have creatures. I think I want to keep both Sashes for the same reasons we're bringing in Graveyard Hate in the first place. Maybe we cut a Commando. Commando's like good against Vile. That might be about it. That might be good enough though, because Vile is so important. I guess an option is cut a Mom because we know he's on some, probably at least 2 Plague Engineers. So just cut a 1 toughness card. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I would like to play first. It might be overkill. We'll see. This hand is good, but I can't keep a 1-lander. This is also good, and definitely not a 1-lander. Do I bottom? What do I bottom here? I could see bottoming Caracas. I could see bottoming Skyclave. I don't think I want to bottom either Swords, but I think it's one of these two. I think I'm leaning towards Skyclave. Because I don't really want to bin a land and then want to draw another land. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I suspect this is going to become about clock, so I'm going to play it a little bit loose probably. Just to make sure we actually get to the end of this game. This is game 2. I think we're just gonna do this, see what happens. Yep, that's fine. Batterskull is not really the card we wanted to draw, but that's okay. Okay. I don't really want to be playing slow when clock is a problem, but... yeah. Yeah, I thought about that. I think maybe bottoming a Swords was right, because swordsing most of their creatures doesn't actually feel that good. Most of them are 2-for-1s in some way. So maybe it would have better to have the Skyclave, because it means I could like answer a Vile and then like answer some other random thing that I am happy to deal with at sorcery speed. I'm not sure. The hand's a little weird. It sucks because like I think the hand is you absolutely keep that hand. You're not bottoming it or you're not mulling it, but like you do wish you had 2-drops that'll like actually interact with what they're doing. Another Malevolent Hermit, you say? Well, I think I'm just gonna slam this Batterskull while they don't have the mana up for that. Alright, what in the fuck does this do? Okay, so is it just a 3-card fact or fiction? Oh, one's face down and the other is face up. Which one? The top pile is face up. So curious. I think we just put the how do I do this? Do I? Okay. I think I'm just going to tempt him with the Gilded Drake. Nope, didn't work. I assume this is going to be the Mistcaller. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I definitely should have actually put the Venser face up. I just didn't want to think about it too hard for clock reasons, but I think that is the right way to do it. I think I want to save the... I guess I can Skyclave something now and then maybe Swords the Venser, potentially. I could also just not care about anything in play and just Wastelands. Wish I didn't have 3 blue sources, because then I would just easily Wasteland 1 and then port the blue source. That's probably what we actually do here, because Skyclaving anything in play is not super good. Yeah, we'll do this. Isn't that... I guess it's not really worse than just bouncing the skull, but I think they should just bounce the skull there. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Swords this. Land is not... It's not great, but it's not bad either. So I think we'll play Skyclave. I'm probably going to get rid of whatever this stupid thing is. I'll tap their black source. Next turn, hopefully go for a Skull Equip attack. Yeah, Yorion might have actually been better there. I actually regret not doing... Yeah, we're not really under any pressure. Yeah, I should have done that. Well, that ain't bad. So I think here... Do we flicker the Skull or do we flicker the Skyclave? I think we flicker the Skyclave and then put Yorion in our hands. We'll probably get rid of the Strix. Yeah. Yorion in the hand, F6. I forgot about the Mist Caller. They really got me. I'm just going to take this. Something tells me that this is going to get forced, but I think I have to make them do it. Although I guess maybe I should not cast a spell because Skull and the Wisp is pretty good here. But I guess if they have, I guess if we cast Yorion and they counter it, we're not dead. If we equip Batter Skull on Wisp and they have a removal spell, then we are dead. No, because it's if the removal spell is swords, we're not dead. Yeah, I just had to watch. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is definitely not my best work happening right now. Let's do this. Oh, it's Solitude. So we are dead. There we go. We died. You don't have to be proud of me for that one. That one was not good. It's okay. But I appreciate the sentiment regardless. Yeah, I think that is the only time I've ever lost to Esper Vial, and it makes sense because he, built the deck. Yeah, so I think the mistakes there were probably putting... I should have put Venser face up because it was actually the card we were most afraid of. I should have wisped the Skull when the Mist Caller was out. Naming a lot of readers right now. What else? There were a number of mistakes in the first game. That one went on like a lot longer, so it's hard to catalog them. The biggest one I think towards the very end was not casting that Solitude before his Vial was on 5. There was also the point where after that we should have Fielded Ruin the Caracas, so we had the mana to so he didn't have a Caracas, and would then have the mana on the right turn to it would have been Vial in a Skyclave on the same turn that we Yorion it. So, bummer. A lot of mistakes, but that's okay. Oh boy. I wonder if we're going to get told that we top deck really good in this match. We are going to keep this. Prismatic Vista means, yeah, some kind of brainstorm deck. All right. think here I want to cast... Yeah, let's cast Thalia. People getting mad on Magic the Gathering Online is just the funniest thing to me. Alright, let's cast a Recruiter here. Just to use our mana well. We're gonna get... We've gone through 2 removal spells, which makes me want to get a Stoneforge. Our hand is also pretty stacked with other things, so... Fairy, Cycling Timeless Dragon. Okay, so we're playing against Jeskai for sure. I will start with the combat. Cool. So then I will cast this Stoneforge Mystic. Do you have Counterspell? Do you have Dress Down? Do you have nothing? Alright. Get Cauldra. And then... I think I'm just going to cast Spirit here too. Yeah, and the next turn, there's a good chance that they will Eternalize Timeless Dragon. If they do, we'll Wisp it. If they do anything else, then whatever. How many verdicts are these decks playing right now? I kind of assumed relatively few. Two main? Okay, that's good to know. Notably, they missed a land drop there, so I'm much more inclined to Wasteland the Tundra. I think I am just going to Swords the Snapcaster attack. And then might be putting Yorion in my hands. We'll see. Start with this. Cool. So yeah, Wasteland Tundra. Add Yorion. Yeah, I know. Field of Ruin would be better here. Or Ghost Quarter would be better here. Yeah, maybe Whistling Recruiter is better than putting Yorion in our hands. That's a fair point. Well, I think I feel safe to do it. They 100. Actually, they just pondered with a Spirit out and didn't kill anything, so they definitely don't have removal. So I think what I'll do is just Wisp Recruiter now. I guess they could have a Dress Down. That's one thing they could have here, but Wisp the Recruiter now, and I think this Recruiter. What? Okay, sure. Yeah, I'm glad that's not just me. That's I'm a little bit confused on that one. Okay, so Kill the Teferi. Oh yeah, I'll make sure to I think I'm gonna force this pitching. Yeah, pitching Narset. Yeah, that's totally fine. I'll make sure to turn off my webcam in case he does rage at us. Sorry, when he does. Let's be real. It's a when, not an if. No, Bouncing Spirit you do draw because it is in your hand by the time that the draw part happens. It bounces and then draws, so it's very annoying. I think I'm just going to play Spirit, Wisp, untap a lands. That won't matter. I will play around a removal spell by attacking. I can play around a removal spell by either attacking both or neither at the Teferi. I think I want to get rid of it because, yeah, it's just going to be annoying. I hate this card so much. Let's get out of here. There's a very good chance I'm just going to flash this Solitude in as an attacker. Yep, okay, there we go. Yep, here we go. Yeah, they might have been dead by now. I usually, in the games that I've played, I tend to get punished by leaving it around. So I tend to, yeah, get out of here. Because you know he's on Hull Breacher bullshit. I tend to get very annoyingly punished for leaving Teferi in play in spots like that where I feel like I should be able to get away with it, which has kind of prompted me to aggressively get rid of it more often than I would really like to. It's possible the way that this game turned out, I shouldn't have. I'm not sure. I'd definitely interested in like going back and seeing how that ended up, how that would have gone had I not. They've cast 2 cantrips. They've cast a Ponder and a Brainstorm. Here, God, they've cast 1, 2. They've cast 2 Swords to Plowshares. I think this time I'm fine if they remove 1 because I'm just going to follow up with a Spirit. That will then protect me from, okay, they have nothing. And a Force Pitch Brainstorm. Yeah, you got it. Alright, this boarding is usually pretty easy. Bring in 2 Council's Judgments. Let's see. Normally I would cut a... I guess in this matchup I probably actually wouldn't even cut Prelate because Prelate on 3 stops so much. But we can pretty easily cut a Commando. And then probably cutting a Sash. Because Sash doesn't do anything against anything except for Snapcaster Mage. And the rest of the deck is just pretty good. Normally I'd cut Jite, but I just like it as having another tool against Hull Breacher, because Hull Breacher is literally the only way that you lose these games. Hello. Yeah, if I get salted at, I will certainly hide my webcam, and we will all see it happening live. I will keep this. Nice top deck. Pretty bland. Some sort of like tasty rock, maybe? Does that sound right? Like rock, but like really fine, you know? Does that make sense? I think I'm just gonna play Spear. No, I'll play Stone Forge because I think they're more likely to do something about that, and then next turn we can follow up with a double 2-drop. Start with the Cauldron. If I catch any like really finely ground tasty rocks, I'll let you know. It's going to be a Narset? Yeah. Narset into Ponder. Alright, let's start with the Stone Forge. This one is going to get Jite, I believe, for aforementioned Hull Breacher reasons. And then we'll cast the Spirit. What is this? Supreme Verdict, okay. So I think Supreme Verdict, they have Ponder, Swords in hand. These spots are always a little rough against this deck. I think what I want to do is... So I can Skyclave the Narset, be insulated from Days Undoing. If they bounce it with Teferi, that's fine. If they Swords it, that's like not fine, but I'll like live with it. The other option is... I think I do want to do that because I think if I'm just like going to give them too much time to cantrip into Days Undoing and then the game will be over. As awful as it feels every single time to Skyclave and Narset that's already activated twice. Yeah. Interest me in a 3-mana 2/2 with haste. Elaborate. Oh, you're just saying if I like had our Album Master. Okay, they don't bounce it, so they get still Swords Pounder. That's true. Fury would be better here. Alright, there's the Ponder. Maybe the modern players are onto something. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes all too much sense. Yeah, and these are the kind of games against this. These are like the only kind of games against this deck that can be pretty like annoying and tough. They just like keep drawing Planeswalker after Planeswalker that all replace themselves, and like you're on the draw. They answer your first 3 cards. You're left with a bunch of stuff that's kind of grindy, but doesn't actually pressure them very well, and it is very annoying. Gonna do this. It's gonna get Soras, doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. They get a token, I'll Wisp it, I'll F6. Alright, fine. Narset whiffs. Happy about that. I also think that Jace bounce was kind of unnecessary. Alright, let's slam Kaldra. You got it? You don't... Okay. What? Nope, I want to attack. Please let me attack Narset. There we go. They even have a Brainstorm in their hands. They did pitch the Brainstorm to the Force. I missed that. Good call. Deal. It's what, 2? 2 mana? I'll pay. You got me. That's pretty nice. We'll start by just attacking the Fairy. Hopefully get rid of it. Alright, just keep drawing removal. That's fine. Might have been better to cast the GT as opposed to porting here, but because of Days Undoing, I don't want to put Yorion in my hand until I'm casting it. Yeah, so this Wisp is going to die. That's fine. Alright, these don't? Okay, sure. We did have Equip. I just wanted to do anything else with my hand because they used Teferi to bounce Snapcaster to their Snapcaster to their hand. So they just Snapcaster swords if we equip. We were probably supposed to equip the GTA, but really the play was to not even play the GTA, honestly. We might actually just be letting it go here. 1, 8, 9. We're on 9 mana. So I'll pay for... I'm going to pay for both, at least this turn. Another artifact, huh? They just had another swords in hand? Alright. Oh, right, that was the Sanctuary, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I should have kept the planes untapped as well. I agree with that. I think we're just going to take their removal out of their graveyard. Oh, I totally missed the verdict. Yeah, I'm playing fast to try to keep the clock pressure up. I totally missed that. Alright, so they have Snapcaster in their hand again. Alright, Snapcaster shields are down. Although, okay, Prismatic is the only thing they could even cast, so. Alright, so this time we're just going to let GT go. I think. No, we'll keep her for now. We'll keep her for now still. I lied. Alright, punished for keeping it, but that's okay. Yeah, I know GTA will eventually kill Hull Breacher. That's kind of the reason we even have it still in the game, still after sideboarding. I'm just not super. It's gonna cost us so much mana right now. Alright, so we're definitely letting the GT go this time. Definitely paying for Cauldra here. Now we go for Yorion, which we maybe should have done a while ago, but at least it resolved. Wait. Went so fast he prismatic ending the Cauldra. Oops. Yeah. Alright, this game's over. We can go to the next one. I don't think we're changing anything here. Oh, just for the clock. Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, thanks for resubmitting. I would love to play first. Ugh. Do not like this hand. This hand's better. What am I bottoming here? It's one of the 3 removal spells. I'm leaning towards Swords. I'm leaning towards Solitude probably. Although actually, yeah, I'm leaning towards Solitude. I think because this Council Judgment deals with the Planeswalker. Solitude's worse because we're mulliganing Swords. It's one of these two. We're not swordsing anything early. It's just a question of are we gonna like ever be happy about pitching a white card to the Solitude. It's basically a question of do we think we're gonna have our mana up for the Swords, not like having it, not like worrying about having it early. All right, I'm bottoming Swords. He is mulling to 5, which is a potentially good sign for the Stoneforge. Did not draw those in the right order. There's a chance we just want to cast Mom here, but I think I still want to just try to culture check them. Yeah, okay. All right. Gonna be very annoyed if they just get to Teferius here. No, it's prismatic ending. Okay. Land? That's a land. I think we're just going to recruit another Stoneforge here. Best thing to be doing in this matchup for the most part is just applying pressure however you can. Start by hitting that Narset down to 2. This time we'll Stoneforge for... yes, this will be for GT. Presumably it's the Ponder, yep. I think Mom Port Island is a little bit playing too slow, is my feeling. I see the logic behind it. But I think I really just want to force them to have answers right now. And I know Mom sort of does that also, but like there's... I think just like this, the sooner that the Cauldron is in play, the sooner we're in the spot where like what they're doing doesn't even matter anymore. On the bright side, we get to kill another Planeswalker. I'm always happy about that. Gonna Stoneforge again. This time we'll get the Sash. We can play Mom, or we can port. I think I'm gonna port them off of double white here. Yeah. What is this Sanctuary into? To Prismatic Ending. Okay. So that's Stoneforge into Protection, denies Verdict, makes Ponder. Yeah, I can see that. It's possible they boarded out for us. I don't think it's super likely, but I guess it's possible. So here I'm gonna field the Tundra. So if you have a Tundra that could give them white mana, maybe that doesn't matter here. Mom Sash, equip Sash to be better against Verdict. That I kind of like, because that means, yeah, because then we're just not really caring about what's... yeah, I actually like that. I'm going to try that. The Sash gets forced. Okay, they had double Forcible in their hand. Yeah, sure. I guess to play around the force, we should have had a port untapped here. Or just play GT, yeah. Wastelands. That's nice. Let's kill this fairy. It's another planeswalker down. I guess they don't have a removal spell, so I can play Mom here. Here we're gonna wasteland the Tundra, tap the plains, and I think we'll also put in Spirit. Another Igandra. It's not a card I draw multiples of very often, so that one's kind of funny. But I think I'm happy. Oh my god, it happens. Alright, hold up. There we go. Alright. Not even creative. Literally just nice top decks. Alright. So yeah, I think I'm gonna play the GT. I'm gonna equip here. I'm gonna legend roll the Igandro so that we still have port up. Don't let me forget to put my webcam back on after the match, but you know, I'm glad we were all here for this experience. We'll see if he says anything else. Do you mean he got encounters before I played the land? Case of K return. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, I see what you mean. Three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I guess I should have just attacked and killed them. Although maybe this is K return also. I don't see a lot of value in splitting the difference. I'm just going to pump twice, put him to 1. I thought I was doing this in blocks. Oh well. I'm just going to let... I guess I should have just done this before. Oh well. Playing the Solitude here might have just left us too weak to Verdict. But we do get the Klapa Clap, so we're good. All right, let's close this league out. Played those last two matches a bit sloppy. Um, Woke up early today, so maybe it's just getting to me. I'm not sure, but you know, still got him. Still got the salt, and I mean, we're all winning now that we got to see Matthias, the hard style salt on stream. This hand is great. I haven't played enough against Espervile to really know for sure. I think that the matchup seems very complicated, but that's the only match I've ever lost against it. But I've played like other, um, three matches against it like ever. So usually 10 fins. I almost said this hand is good against everything except like I don't know Dark Ritual. I really should not have even thought of that. So yeah, the Espervile matchup seems very tricky. I really don't know who is favored. Dark Ritual Exhume, draw 14 cards. Yeah, Yep. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. Let's just go to the next one. Alright, let's do this fun part where we board in 14 cards. And then let's see, boarding out moms, boarding out like all of these, boarding out Timeless Dragon, Batterskull, Jite. Oh no, that's 79 cards. What do we do? Sometimes I keep in Skyclave in case, because it's like can answer and animate dead. That happens almost never. But it has happened exactly once ever for me. Yeah, we'll go with this. I would love to play first. Ugh. His hand is decent, but like I really don't like not having actual graveyard hate in a post board game. Because like there's nothing stopping them from doing exactly what they did to us last game. So I think I have to mulligan this, especially because we're mulliganing 2 Leyline. That is like such a haymaker against them. I'll keep this. I'm much more into this. What are we bottoming? All of these cards are good. I think it is either Swords or Thalia. It could be the Sash, but I think I would rather have another piece of hard graveyard hate in my hands. We're definitely not bottoming Priest. Priest is like almost a hard lock against a lot of these decks. They sometimes have like a Massacre. I'm leaning toward shipping Thalia because I think we just want... I don't think we're going to cast Thalia in the first 4 turns, really. It's possible we cast it on turn 3, depending on whether your Grafdigger's Cage is in play or not. But yeah, I'm gonna bottom Thalia. Flash in Containment Priest. Does Tin Fins probably play Serenity, right? So we don't really want to put Sash and Cage out. I think we're okay to just wait. I'm not sure how they beat these two cards already, so. Karn's Silex. That is a way that they could answer these cards, but we have the Council's Judgment in our hands. So that's cool. Did not expect to see that card. That kind of ups the value of Skyclave if that's like the main thing they're using to deal with this kind of hate, but yeah, sure, whatever. Okay, they have another one. Okay, we definitely want Skyclave. After board. Oh my god. Later. Now those are nice top decks, okay? That's what a nice top deck is. Recruiter, huh? Probably recruiter for something good here. Do you recruiter for Skyclave the player on the third Karn Silex? I think we might. I guess if they... No, because it comes into play tapped, right? So they can't actually use it on the same turn. Yeah. If that's what they're... 2 copies makes me think that they're probably relying on that card a lot, so I should just have as many answers to it as I can. And then we can get a Solitude. Yep, yeah. Yeah, get a Solitude. Well, wait, is the bug fixed yet? I assume it's not. We've the Yorion priest bug is still in effect, right? Who can say? Yeah, ain't that the fucking truth? Yeah, you never lose priest. Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point. So we should just go for it. All right, we don't get to file for comp for free. What a bummer. Okay. Okay, so we saw a lot of Karn Silex. Now we have to think about how many Skyclaves we want in our deck. Um, is there anything we really want to board out that we haven't already? Might be better than Peacekeeper. Maybe that's good enough. That still gives us like 5 answers to it, not including recruiters. Yeah, that seems fine. Same as last time, especially on the draw. Do not want anything that isn't turn 0, like graveyard interaction. Again. Here we go. Yeah, we got to keep this. I think here we bottom. Huh, this one's interesting. I'm leaning towards keeping. So we're obviously keeping Leyline. I think I want to keep both lands Vile Containment Priest, maybe? Vile and Containment Priest with no way to cast our other spells isn't great, but I also want to make sure this Priest gets into play. Although maybe the Recruiter is better because we know about this Karn Silex business. And so we want... I guess if we find a way to cast the Containment Priest, then... So maybe we actually just keep Wasteland, Port, Priest, Leyline, Recruiter. Does that make sense? Bottom, Vile, Spirit. I'm guessing Leyline is pretty much identical to Priest, other than like it costing more mana to get rid of it. Yeah, I think I'm in for this. Well, I don't want to ditch Priest and lean on Leyline. Maybe. Let me think. So Spirit Priest lets us play Vile and we can port them. Leyline's in play. If they Silex, it's gonna take multiple turns for them to actually. Yeah, okay. I see. I think I'm on this. Took me a while to get there, but I see where you were all coming from. They pitch your Grizzlebrand. Take the Vial. That's probably correct. Oh, they take both. Just kidding. They're gonna recruit for a grief? That's wild. That's fucked up. I'm just gonna cast it. Alright. Well, they have a clock. Uh-oh. Alright, white sources, please. Please, white sources. So we've got, what, 5 turns? Oh no, not like this. Please, not like this. They suspend a profane tutor. Okay, I was not ready for that. That was a reason to port over Yorion. No, no. Okay. If we draw planes here, there's a chance we're gonna be okay. That actually means we're dead, right? There's no one card. So they're going to attack us to the end of 3. If we draw planes, we can Skyclave a Grief, but then we can only block the Recruiter, so the Grief will hit us for 3. If we draw planes... Yeah, because we can't draw both planes and solitudes. That doesn't work. And we draw a card that casts none of our cards anyway. Wow, what a fucked up way to lose that game. That made me so mad. I'll try filing for comp on a bug that didn't actually happen. Yeah, Grief does have Menace. Priest versus Recruiter wasn't going to matter because they unmasked all of our cards in our opener other than the Leyline anyway. So it only mattered if we kept 3 non-land cards, which would have been pretty wild, I think. Especially because I guess one of them would have been Vile. Oh, keeping Recruiter got us. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Because they were able to remain it. Would have had way more turns, yeah. No, it's not at all reasonable to play around it, I don't think. I think we keep the 5 we keep because it was right, and it made us lose in a really funny and stupid way, but like... Yeah, I think if we just need to draw away sources on time, and I don't think we can lose, but does not always happen like that. Yeah, so that's gonna be it. We did thankfully play against decks where we wanted to bring in Leyline, so I felt good there. Those decks are obviously the same ones where Sash is pretty good. I don't think we played any game where it mattered that we had 2 of them yet. But I'll be keeping my eye out for if that happens more often. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we just end up running this list back next week. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you everyone again for stopping by as usual. If you would like to catch me, I stream every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. I will always be playing Death and Taxes, at least, until I decide I want to do something else. But that's mainly what I'm doing right now. Is people want to see Death and Taxes, and I'm gonna provide. It's my favorite deck in Magic. I've had more fun playing Death and Taxes than playing most games. So thank you everybody for stopping by, and hopefully I will catch you all next week.